Okay, we're at the point now where we're going to put the motor back in to the Durango. We got to get all the hoses, wires, brackets, everything on this motor. That way we're not doing it in here. Get the transmission on there, which is over there. Transfer case is right here. You ready to do this, dear?
Let's do this.
And then we'll cross our fingers and hope she starts and does shifty things and four-wheel drive things and what it needs to do. All right, Lake.
So what's we doing, babe?
Putting the motor back in, and there's some things besides putting everything back on the motor, getting the tranny on there and all that. The dust cover for the transmission is broken, as you see. Right here, right there is cracked. We have to weld that. And inside, we noticed the exhaust pipe right before the cat was broke. That's probably why it threw a check engine light. That is broke down in there. Big old hole. Well, we're gonna weld them up. Things you gotta do. Thin metal. So we're gonna use 1/16. .6003, I believe it is, or 6013. So it's tiny little metal, and use this for the exhaust, anyways. The bigger ones, the 1/8, will just burn right through the exhaust. It'll burn through this too. The settings on there are really low, about 30. Let's see. All right.
So now he's welding. Actually, this last pipe pretty bad. Big old hole. Getting it.
Okay, we are putting the crankshaft sensor for the spark plugs. It reads it right here. This goes over the flywheel. And on these bolts, Loctite. Make sure you Loctite it.
So what's going on, babe?
Put in the motor together right now. These are some hefty motor mounts. You got to put them on outside. 14 or 9/16 and 5/8. There's 2 on each side. Torque specs. Heave. One big heave. You're good. And hope to God that this don't fall on me. That'd be nice. She's good. Okay. That's tight. And then we got this one up here.
Alright.
Okay.
On to the next thing.
Getting her done. Hey, babe. Where are we at?
Oh, we got the transfer case, transmission, everything is all attached. We just got the wiring harness checked up for as far as we could. Motor mounts on. She's ready to go back in.
Yeah, you want to do all this out of the block,
It's
or out of the
easier out of the
engine bay. Just makes it easier. You're not on your back. And for these with a wiring harness, when it's up in there, yeah, you gotta get all these wires here ran down, all plugged in. It's all together. Goes in the injectors, the big bundle, and then slide her in and then do the rest of your connections. Makes it a lot easier. Well, she's ready to go in. Look at that pretty clean transfer case. We didn't even bother to clean it. You're horrible. You should have cleaned that.
Oh, you know. Let me spit shine it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're ready to go. Hopefully the fucker starts. Okay. Motor is in. Yeah. Was that a lot of work, dear?
That was a lot of work. And we're not done.
So we got drive lines, everything, wires, small, got all that all plugged in, fuel. So we got a few things to connect up here. Radiator needs to go in. Finish this up and we can start her. And then last we'll do, we got some skid plates under there that we'll put on last just in case we got to adjust the tranny or anything else like that. You ready, dear?
Let's do this.
Give a sexy pose. Sexy. Yeah. Hey, babe.
But,
What are we doing?
first we're figuring out why it wouldn't start.
You know, it cranked.
But
But
it didn't start. It was
at all.
getting fuel, compression,
Spark.
everything was all good until we realized it's the timing. Took a while, but we figured it out.
We were 180 out on the rotor. At least that's what we think, and we're putting her back together again.
We will find out.
We'll find out. See if she starts up. Hopeful, dear?
I'm very hopeful.
Okay.
Alright, so
Is she gonna start?
she's gonna start.
All right, get in there and
Or I'm gonna cry.
get in there, fire her up. See if she fires up.
Okay. No gas or anything?
No, just fire her. She fired! issue.
God, that's a little. Oh, I guess the fluid's gotta go through her and everything.
Yeah. We gotta break out
Kind of fun.
we gotta break out the timing gun and time it.
Okay.
Alright.
It started!
It started! Ah!
Okay, babe. So what happened today?
Well, motor runs good. Rebuild the motor. Titties! Titties! Transfer case? Titties! Transmission. I fucked up. I'll show you how I fucked up. It had no gears. It had no... One, you couldn't put it in park. And then you had no reverse, no drive, no first, no second. No gears. Didn't go anywhere. And rack my brain. What the hell? Put new clutches in it. Total rebuild on it. And somehow, when I removed the valve body on the shift linkage, the valve itself. There's a valve that looks like this. I'll show you. And the shift linkage comes through the case up here with your linkage up here and hooks into this valve. And puts it in first, second, third, and reverse. So it allows the fluid to flow. But somehow, when I put it all back together and I didn't check, this little hook thing was out here. And so when you went all the way and tried to get into park, it stopped. It was pushing on it. It's supposed to be in here in this groove, but it was on the outside pushing on. That's how come we didn't have park. And also the reason why it just didn't freaking flat out work. It wasn't flowing the transmission fluid. So when you shift, this valve stem here would just stay there and it'd be shifting midair, all not doing nothing. So I took it apart, found out that's what was the problem. Oh shit, how'd that happen? And me being lazy, don't be lazy, I said I could just bend it because it's like an arm like that. It's shaped like that. I could just bend it, slide the valve over, bend it back. Guess what happened? It broke off. Yeah. So now, either I'm gonna try welding it because it is steel. Put a drop of bead on it, see if it'll hold. If it's strong enough, I feel confident, I'll weld it, put it back in. If not, I gotta take a trip to Pickle Pole because there's a bunch of these trucks, Rams and all that with that 46 RE in it. Drop the valve pan and buy the valve body system. Just for that little lever. Alright.
Okay.
We got the valve body out. This is the problem right over here. And this is the valve that controls your first, second, reverse, and all that. It goes in and out. So when you shift, this is your shifter. Has the linkage that goes out here on the outside of the case. It goes up to your shifter. So this right here would be first. And you shift in. That would be second, drive, and it pushes this in because it would sit in this little groove right here. And if you go all the way down, boom, that would push that in, and then you get to park. And it would hold it right there, and that's park. Now let me pull her back out. Ugh. There we go. Let it come out. This is what I just broke because I was being impatient. This was sitting like that. Somehow, when I reassembled it, I got this to go like that. Don't know how I did that. So we had no park. When you went all the way into park, it would push this and hit it. It would stop this lever from actually going all the way into park because it needed to be just like that. And that's how it does it. It sits in there just like that. And then you can shift it. So either I gotta go buy another one or try to weld this. I think I might try to weld it. I gotta bend her back a little bit more. I'll drop a weld on it and see if that does it. I done fucked this thing up. So let me do it. Let you know.
How'd the welding go, babe?
Went good. Okay, right here. That was broken. And I used to use my welder. Re-welded it. So now, this is what this valve is supposed to do. So this right here is first gear. Second, pushes that valve in, operates the valves in here. Drive, operates for drive. Neutral, no, nothing happens. Reverse, and park. What I had before, somehow that ended up over here. And it would hit and not go into park. So if you ever do this, you go in, you shift through your gears, and you do not have park. It's like, no, it won't go into fucking park. You're going to have to take the valve pad and the valve body back out. And it's not easy. You can do it in the truck. We did. You want to show them in there? You do it in the truck. Things that are going to come out right here. All the bolts. This goes above the valve body into a port up there. And there she is. And that's it.
Good job,
So if
babe.
you ever do that, and that happens, you have no park, you probably won't have forward gears or reverse gears because that valve stem is in the wrong position and it's not letting the fluid flow properly to operate the vehicle. Yeah, don't mess up like me.
He didn't mess up.
Okay, got the tranny back together. Now we're gonna put the fluid in. And the tire is spinning. Oh yeah, it wasn't even doing that. It's spinning. It's in neutral. Hit the brake. Yeah, tires are spinning. Give it a little bit of gas while it puts on the brake. Alright. Let go of the brake. Okay, that stops. Okay, put it in first. Yeah, put your foot on the brake, put it in drive.
Okay.
Take your foot off the brake. Put your foot on the brake. Put your foot on the brake. No, stop it. Put your foot on the brake. Okay, now let go of the brake. Okay, she got power. I can't stop her. Now put your foot on the brake. Stop it. Stop it. There you go. Yeah, it's in gear. Now put it in 2. Take your foot off the brake. Okay, she's spinning. Hey, it's working. Woo! Okay, put your foot on the brake. Stop it. Hard. Harder. There you go. Put it in first because there's no weight on it. First. Take your foot off the brake. Yeah, there she goes. Put your foot on the brake. Put in neutral. Put in neutral. Okay, let off the brake. And I can stop it. We got neutral. Okay, put your foot on the brake. Put it in reverse. Yeah, reverse. Okay. Let off the brake. And it's going reverse. Fuck yeah, put your foot on the brake. Take your foot off the brake. Oh, can't stop it. Alright. Put your foot on the brake. Put it in park or neutral. That smoke is just the when we took the pan off, it got on the exhaust right there, and it's just gonna burn off. Hey, we're looking good.
Good job, babe. You figured it out.
Okay.